Hey, hello, my friends. Hope everybody is well today. Paul Apollonia here, coming to you from outside on the lanai here, loving the Florida life, except for hurricane season. Hopefully, we won't have a bad one this year. Real quick, a little bit about myself. I'm going to show you about 5 items I've sold on eBay. These are one-offs, which means I don't really sell multiples of the same item. A lot of my items I find for free. And I do some consignment. I'm trying to build that all back up again here since we moved. It's kind of hard to reinventing yourself, like reestablishing yourself again at a young age, but we're loving it here. I also run the, almost said it again, the Raleigh eBay meetup group, but that's not that name anymore. It's the Southwest Florida Englewood meetup group. We meet via Zoom, second Thursday of the month at 3 p.m., but we are taking a hiatus vacation in July and August, and it is what is it, the 16th or 18th of July. So we won't have a meeting in August 2025, but we'll be hitting it strong in the fall, and we will hopefully get that back to where it was before in Raleigh. It's a Zoom format. I'm going to try and do a in-person one here and there, and we're going to see how that's going to go down here. I really would like to get it back in person / Zoom combo. So again, we're going to show you about 5 items. I'm going to keep on yakking away as we're doing this. I'm outside. Again, I don't have my list next to me of what I actually made on these items. I'm going to guesstimate what I made because it was a little while ago, and we'll go from there. And before I forget, every time, don't forget, please subscribe to my channel. 1,468, I think it was last time I checked. Thank you so much for everybody subscribing. Hung in there over the years. And if you're not subscribing, don't forget, you got to hover over that subscribe button or next to it and make sure you click the all. So you'll get all my great videos. I do a lot of eBay videos, what's sold on eBay, what I've trashed to cash, videos what I found in the trash, which I love doing, and those items sold on eBay. Do a lot of Chromebook videos and a lot of do-it-yourself videos. So please subscribe. All right, let's get the show on the road. Hopefully I'll make this a lot quicker. I always say this, and I try my best. Sometimes I drone on and on and on and on. We'll make this a little bigger so you can see my ugly mug for a minute. All right. I'm not really into bolos, like, oh my gosh, because I mean, the stuff I sell, we're not going to drive the price down of these oddity things I sell, but keep an eye out for these Music Link Plus cables. Long story, I did some consignment. If you want to do consignment or just get customers, look into getting relationships with home organizers and real estate agents. And I ain't talking about going to networking events and making arrange your business cards and waiting for people to call you. I'm talking about real relationships, meeting them at a business meeting, a networking event, calling them, emailing them, making an appointment to meet with them, buying them a cup of coffee. If it's a home organizer, if it's a real estate agent, see if you can get in there during their weekly meetings, bring some donuts, tell them what you're doing. You don't have to be doing consignment, you're just doing eBay. Trust me, they run into a lot of inventory. So this home organizer I had a great relationship with in Raleigh. She called me up one day. She goes, get over here as fast as you can. I'm in the home. We've got a whole room full of old audio equipment, and they don't want it. Turns out they didn't want it. Then they said, just take it, no percentage. Then they said, well, we want a percentage. And then things just went downhill from there, meaning the 2 people unfortunately passed on. Went over there. I made probably well over $2,000 selling real players. Old direct drive turntables. If you hear any traffic going by, sorry, that's my lovely yard that backs up into a road, through a road. So I made lots of money, and I had this one cable. I've sold these in pairs before for a lot of money, for hundreds of dollars. But I had this one cable, and I had it in the box of cables, and it sat there for about a year. And I'm thinking, where am I going to buy this one cable? Well, somebody did. I priced it high with the best offer, and somebody came in and paid me the $49.99 for one of these cables. I have no idea what makes these cables so great, so special, so whatever. But I made a lot of money off of it. I probably made, you see, $6.99 for shipping. Probably cost me about $5. Although they just raised shipping again. Post office raises shipping January and July, so be prepared for that. Going to give you some tips and tricks here. Many sellers are going through calculated shipping, which means, unfortunately, boxing your item, weighing it, taking dimensions, putting all that information into your listing, and choosing calculated, so that avoids any kind of a increase. You won't have to worry about it. If you're doing post office, I'm probably going to go to that slowly but surely. It's just a pain in the neck because then you got to box it and then you got to put the box on the shelf and it takes up more room, but we will see. My item titles are eBay's best practices. Try not to use any special characters or anything like that. I do flat rate shipping. I guesstimate at it. I'm pretty good at guesstimating. What happens if I'm way over the shipping? I keep the money. If the buyer complains or something, then I will refund them something, but rarely does that happen. What if I'm under it? What do? I keep the money there. Many moons ago, many years ago, I would actually contact a buyer and say, I'm a little short on shipping. And sometimes, believe it or not, they would send you extra money, but don't do that. That was really weird. I don't know why I was doing that. Guess I was knee-high to grasshoppers or something. But all photos are done on my Samsung phone, an older phone, S21 or 22, I forget what it is. I take crazy pictures of all, a nice blurry picture there, but all the ends I take. So if people want to see this, I want to see the ends of the cable to make sure they're clean and not corroded. What else? Item specifics are very important. I say this every time. These play a key part in your searches on your left hand of the side, on the screen with eBay when you're searching for size and length and whatever. Only use the ones that pertain to your item. Do not put any weird things like NA or whatever. I did use no and none on some of these, but I guess that's okay. And my descriptions are very brief and to the point, copy and paste of the title. And I usually put more stuff than that in there, but I didn't that time, but whatever, it's sold. So like I said, I probably made about probably just right about $45 on that after shipping and fees. Next item. Ooh, I'd say to everybody, I like doing consignment. I'm not a big garage sale or thrifter. Sometimes I do it. Friends of mine are here. They've been here for 14 years, and we go garage selling when they're in town. They're snowbirds. And in the spring we went, and I bought. Previous video is where I bought that point and shoot, that Sony Cyber Shot. Very excited about that. Made lots of money on that, and I bought these for $2, I think, and sold them for $29 plus shipping. So there is money garage. My whole thing is you're just going to spend time on an item. You're either going to spend it in the beginning, doing consignment, dealing with people and working with them, or consignment, or garage selling, or thrifting, or picking the trash, or dumpster diving, or whatever. In the middle, with your item, listing it, cleaning it, whatever, all different situations. Or at the end, dealing with shipping, local pickups, whatever you want to do. So you're going to spend time no matter what. So I just prefer not doing garage sales, but I found myself doing it more and more, especially since I'm in garage sale haven here. So I'm going to try to get more into that. But not bad. Like I said, I paid $2 for these or $3, so I just grabbed them. I didn't even look at didn't even look them up actually, because I automatically knew that it's a knitting collection, and I've got a little bit of experience with some of this stuff, selling some of the old knitting stuff. I've sold old sewing machines and just old knitting equipment here and there, and I know I could at least sell them. So I did pretty good. Probably made about $2, probably about 24, $25 on this, maybe 26. How I ship these? They just went into a box I found in my garage. I do a lot. I don't really buy boxes and packing material, although I should, because I find myself, especially now, spending a lot of time getting free, and it's not worth it because you're getting bunches of bubble wrap and If you were to just buy a roll of bubble wrap, you'd have even sheets and just pull it off. So there's pros and cons to each way of getting that kind of stuff. But I found a small box, wrapped it in some paper. I think I had packing paper, and put it out that way. Did not go medium. No, did this go out medium mail? I know I heard they're getting rid of medium mail. I can't remember how I shipped that out. All right, here's an item I did from a trash to cash video. Saw this laying next to a trash can in my development. It's really cool where I live. You could put anything you want in the trash and they will pick it up. I'm sure there's some limitations, but they will pick it up. I've seen all kinds of things. I picked up washers, dryers, refrigerators, TVs, and etc. This had no, very quickly, I did all this in the video, which I'm going to do a short and have a link in the short with all the trash to cash videos. This had no part number on it anywhere. I had to do a Google Lens search for this. I found it, found a part number. Then I went, it was for 2011. Then I went out to Google. I put that part number in, and let me just talk another thing. I've got a parting out of dishwasher course on Teachable. It should be there. If it's not, I can get you all the videos. It was $99.99. I'll let it go for $49, probably even less than that if you're interested. Send me a message. It's 2 hours long, and it goes through all the parts you take off the dishwasher to make money, that I take off to make money. Because that's really what you want to do. You want to take the parts off where you know you're going to be able to sell them. I show you step by step what parts to remove, how to remove them. And I spend about an hour in one video showing you how to list it, how to look up the items. But I put the part number in Google, and I've got up all these part numbers from the Chrysler site. Chrysler? Oops. Dating myself. Jeep site. Chrysler Jeep site. So it did take me a little while to list this. This is kind of a nightmare listing. We all have them. Great. I sold it. Yay! $24.99 shipping. It was a long item. It was I packed it. It was over 60 inches, which is a no-no. It brings it into a whole different rate, cost, and everything. I measured it, I weighed it, and it would have cost me $45 to ship it, I think it was. So I was like, there's no way. Now, in the past, if I made a mistake and I can't get around it, I just pay it and move on. But this time I was like, there's no way I can do it. So I shortened it up, got it to about 56. I really packed the ends of this thing too much. I took all that out. I just rolled it. How I shipped this, I just rolled it in cardboard, basically. So it looked like an oblong, long thing. Went out FedEx, and I think I got it down to $30 or something. So I took a little bit of a hit on shipping, but I got it for free. Should have really looked into how am I going to ship this, like I preach to all the people I teach eBay to. Before you take an item, how am I going to ship this? What's it going to cost me? I did not. I probably made about $15 on this. Spent way too much time packing and unpacking it. Lesson learned. Again, hopefully, being a man. But so these are stuff to identify. Like I said, Google Lens is your friend for many things, especially something like this where you can't find any part number on. Next item here is a what's that, radiator hose? No, it's a vacuum cleaner hose. Another trash to cash find. A lot of vacuum cleaners out there in the trash. What I do now is I just pull any parts I can pull off, either when I see them in the trash and leave the unit there, or take the whole unit and play with it at home, since I can just throw it away in the trash at my house. This is not a big dollar item. They do sell. I wouldn't say they're a long tail sale, meaning they're going to be in your eBay store for a while or listed for a while, maybe a month, maybe a couple of weeks, where they do sell if you list it correctly with the model number and the part number in there. Easy to ship. It went into a poly envelope. I don't even think I put any packing material in there. Got there safe and sound. Let's see. I always take a picture of the ends so people can see it. Obviously, make sure there's no holes in the hose. I found another hose that had holes in it. I had to get rid of that. But these do sell. Make sure you put all your pertinent information. Google is your friend with stuff like that. Put the part number in. What I do here is, I don't think I did it, and I'm going to tell you every listing I always put the model number at the. Oh, I did. Every every listing, I always put the model number tag at the end, and there it is. Oh my gosh! Look up the model number. There'll be a parts breakdown, hopefully, for the vacuum cleaner. If there's not, that's a red flag that maybe the parts aren't going to sell very well. You can still list them if you want. It's up to you. And find a parts breakdown. All you have to do is you're worried about this part number. You're not worried about the serial number. Just that part number there. You're going to Google Bissell and then that part number, and you should find a breakdown. Or type in Bissell, that part number, and hose, and you should find the hose. Make sure when you go to the parts website that it's the same vacuum cleaner. Sometimes Google, sometimes the site just brings you to a generic page, and it's not the page, not the vacuum cleaner. Last item. Yay! I think I'm going pretty good here. A printer I got for free. Someone was cleaning out an area, and they said, "What the heck is this?" I said, "Looks like a 3D printer." They said, "Do you want it?" I said, "Sure." I got this and a ton of 3D, whatever you call that, string or whatever, spools. I sold all the spools separately. Didn't make a kit. I probably made about $40 on all the spools. I put them in lots, different colors and stuff. And I had this, I thought, someday I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this 3D printer. 1 year later, I'm going to use this printer. 2 years later, I'm going to sell this printer for parts because I don't even know if it works. I have no way of testing it. All I have is a Chromebook. Very quickly, Chromebooks run on the Chrome OS. I love them. Some people hate them. I love them. They're great. They're getting really competitive with Windows and Macs now because you can use Linux apps, whatever. It's a whole different story. But I just didn't feel like messing with it. And I thought by the time I got around it, it's going to be not worth nothing. So I listed it for parts not working because I have no idea it powered on. It says, please read, we'll need assembly. I took it all apart. It took me a while to figure out how to get it apart. I had to look at YouTube videos on how to take it apart. I took this big rung thing down. I took that out. And it still went into a pretty big damn box, to be honest with you. But I did have it set at $24.99. $69. I make sure when you're doing parts not working, now I'm going to show you something I tell people not to do. Is if your parts not working, don't show it powered on. I did here. Lots of pictures. You can take 24 pictures right there. I showed it powered on, but I stated clearly in the condition description up here. Go down here. Where's it at? It's the same thing in I copy and paste condition description into this. We'll need assembly. I bought it, so I have no idea if it works. I never hooked it up. I should have said it does power on, but that was kind of a slippery slope there. I normally don't do that. I had to do a lot of Google searching for this item and getting all the pertinent information, all what it is, the specs. I just Googled the printer and the model number, N3, whatever. Guy bought it. I don't even know where it went. It didn't cost me $24. It was close to $24 shipping. I did pretty well. I probably made about $45, $50 on this item. Not more than that. For an item that was sitting for 2 years for some unknown reason why I had it sitting for 2 years. I moved it to Florida and everything. Okay. I preach dead inventory, death piles. I don't have death piles, and I've got them. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys watching, hanging in there over the years. Thank you, everybody. Subscribe to my channel and like my videos. I really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Steve with Rake and Profit. I'm here with Paul, and I just want to shoot a quick testimonial for him because he's been one of my good friends for over, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah.
And if you're looking to learn about selling on eBay and you want to start a side hustle, or you just want to make some money flipping stuff on eBay, you're in great hands. Paul's been doing this for a long time. He's helped a ton of people, and I put my full faith and trust in him. So, Paul, I appreciate you.
You bet. Thank you so much.
You got it.